Social media is everywhere to an extent. I was at Disney World and Epcot Center and Universal Studios, and you see people taking the phone. I was doing that. I was adding to my Insta story, tweeting things. But realistically, Twitter doesn't isn't a representation of the real world. Neither is YouTube. Neither is Facebook. Instagram is sort of the highlights. It's your highlight reel of things that you've said or done or whatever. Twitter is more of just again, it can be a highlight reel because you don't know whether or not I actually said or did XYZ thing. Maybe I didn't. And you're just seeing in my case, I have enough typos to say, hey, look, I typo too. But we have these platforms that we can share ourselves in some way, maybe not the best way, or maybe the best way. And whether or not it's believable, I think my goal is try to make it at least, I don't know. Because with YouTube, I'm just giving you what I'm giving you, and that's that. But with Twitter, I'm trying to find some sort of humor in something, or try to grab the idea out of something. YouTube, I'm just trying to document something, or maybe get an idea across. It's all, you have to just take it with a grain of salt. And this doesn't mean that this is reality. And just because you see a Twitter icon on something, or you see a tweet in the news, doesn't mean that that's the be all end all. There's still a giant portion of the world, at least in this country, that don't use social media, don't even get on the internet that much, maybe just to buy, not even that sometimes. Some people still don't buy things online. I almost exclusively buy stuff online, but the real world and the internet are still parallel things, if that makes any sense. The idea that they're interchangeable and you can go outside and that's somebody talking on Twitter and was automatically going to be that thing that's outside, it's not almost ever the case. Running into people that are on Twitter or do Instagram or YouTube or something like that, I've almost never, unless I know the person really well, I know it's going to be somebody I'm related to in some way, maybe. I almost never see anybody. I had a little boy when I was fishing a couple months ago. I had my cameras out and he said, "Do you do YouTube?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." His eyes lit up and was like, "I'm not anybody famous. I just like to film." Because he's like, "Okay, well he does YouTube." He was telling his dad. And it's like, there are a lot more guys with cameras, though. I'll give you that. When I go fishing, I'll see at least one more guy with a camera on his hat or a chesty like I wear sometimes. And it's growing, but it's still not the real world, is what I'm trying to get at. Should the two combine? I don't know. That's going to be the generation that are like around early to mid-teens are going to decide if this and the real world are going to be more synonymous. I think my age group, late 30s, 40s, probably we'll just get dragged along with it. I mean, my generation, I think, was the shopping, and we just kept the shopping going. We're online, whereas this one's going to really decide. That generation, the kids that are just turning into their teen years, are going to decide what social media ends up being for a long stretch, and whether or not it's even going to be a thing. You have to remember, just because it's here now doesn't mean it's going to be here tomorrow. YouTube, Twitter, any of that stuff, it can be gone just as quickly as it popped up. That's the thing you always have to remember with everything. So, that's it.